Hello and welcome to 4Play All Day, the gaming podcast that's hosted by 4 passionate gamers. My name's Guy, and next to me we've got
Goldie, evening.
Next to him we've got...
Was that my cue?
Yeah.
Flash Gordon?
You're drinking coffee again, just like last time.
Yeah, I need this.
And next to him we've got...
Yeah, it's me, Dylan.
Wait, hello.
Hello.
So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Long day.
Long day.
Long day.
So, yeah, what's everyone been playing this week? Let's start with Goldie.
Pretty obvious. I've been playing Hitman.
Oh,
I've just finished Marrakesh, almost, actually, I should say. Nearly finished it. Got one trophy to do, and then I'm going to give it a break, because obviously big game's coming out tomorrow.
Ooh.
Big game.
Very excited.
What game? What game? I don't think you've spoken about it.
Yeah. We all know which one it is, don't we?
I don't know.
The resin skulls.
Oh,
Oh, the foreskins.
The foreskins.
we love
Yeah.
those
I
foreskins.
don't have a foreskin.
Oh.
This game's not for you.
This one in pre-order it.
Yeah.
I felt like it discriminated against guys who don't have a foreskin.
It's got a goat's head though, which is really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In place of where my foreskin should be.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been playing that, yeah. I've
Fun,
got
yeah.
still trophy hunting. What have I got? 37 out of 69 trophies, so I've got 32 to go.
So just over half.
Just over halfway through, yeah. I've got
So
three.
you're nowhere near that plate.
level. No, there ain't a black one, is there? I think we discussed that. I'm still a little bit
get it
sensitive
if
to that
you're
as
good
well.
enough.
Cheers.
Episode 2 is actually free on the store as well now.
Oh,
So you
nice.
can play episode 2, yeah. So that's the first 2 episodes, I think, now.
That's
Yeah,
Star
I've
Wars.
got them all anyway. But it's like 2 years old, the game now, so they should have just done them all for free, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no,
Pretty
still
cool,
loving it. But yeah, I have a little break now
Cool.
for Far Cry tomorrow, which comes out. So
Yeah,
that's going to be them
can't
taking
wait.
my time up.
Get a good night's rest.
Just hope it all
Yeah,
turns out.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting it?
Better turn up.
Or is it just you out of all of us?
I'm sure I will at some point, but my backlog's so heavy.
That's good. At least we have a different game to talk about once.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't laugh, I feel like I'm
one
missing
other
out a
person.
bit. But if only you're going to stream it so I can watch.
We can do a bit of streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be a bit
And,
co-op as well, I think, as well, we can probably do on it.
Hmm.
I was also going to say, you also got that voucher as well from Nintendo. Congratulations.
Yeah, I won the prize. Completely
Congrats.
forgot about it. Put your top 10 games on Twitter with the hashtag I think it's top 10 Switch games.
Mhm.
Thought, no, I've got no chance. There's probably going to be hundreds of thousands of people applying for that. And then I got a message the other day, you've won.
Wow.
Yeah.
This morning they gave me a code for a £50 voucher.
Nice.
So
Nice.
They didn't just say, can we have your bank details and we'll transfer it?
he did.
Yeah,
The
I
guy's
think
name
I
was
won that one as
the
well.
guy's name was like Umbawa.
Hello there, sir.
He also asked, he asked me for my internet providings and
Yeah. And your 4-digit pin.
that's it.
Oh, yeah, his name's Michael Adidowingle.
Added the wing.
George. Hello there, brother.
Hello. Yeah,
Anyway.
Moving on, yes, Nintendo gave me a voucher for it. Thanks very much, Nintendo. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so at least you could get some more new Switch games to review as well. That'd be cool.
And there's an Easter sale on at the moment as well, so there is a ton of
Yeah.
games that are on discount at the moment. So,
Have you got your eye on?
well,
All
a
of
few of
them.
them I already have. So Skyrim and Doom are 2 of them.
Yep.
I own both of those. So
Nice.
there is a new Shantae game, which is like a platform game, which has just come out, and there's one that's already out already. There's a bunch of DLC with that as well, so I might pick those up. Outlast to come out on
Nice.
Switch. The second one came out today on Switch as well, actually.
Oh, cool.
So I might pick those up, although I'm holding out to see if they do like a physical copy, because I'd rather have. I prefer to have
Like a
AAA games
physical,
as a
yeah.
physical.
I literally really just saw that they'd done an Outlast still. Didn't even realise they'd done a sequel to
You
it.
got
Yeah.
the trilogy on
Wow.
the Outlast Trinity on
Yeah, yeah.
PS4, yeah, with the Whistleblower DLC.
Yeah, I saw the
that's it.
whistleblower stuff that was available. Yeah, I literally played that game for the first one for about 10 minutes and shit myself.
Yeah, I watched the
Couldn't play it
first
again.
15 minutes of IGN, and I was just watching. Obviously, I'm not even playing the game, and I fucking jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a bit of this guy just
Scary.
hanging from a rope, and he's like, "Help me!" I'm like, "Oh." No, man. As soon as I saw blood and an open vent, I was like, "Yeah, I'd be out." I'm not going in the vent. I was thinking, "Oh, he's going to find some door." He tries to open the door, there's nothing. So he goes and climbs in the vent. I'm like, That's just got all bad already. No. And he walked around this corner, there's this thing in front of me, just went, "Rah!" And I was just like, no. I just get on the floor in the fetal position and just be like,
I hope you don't see me.
When you're like sort of crouched down and one of them bursts in the room that you're hiding in, and they are looking around for you, and then
you're
all
like
of a
hiding
sudden,
cupboards and stuff.
yeah. But I was like just crouched behind a door, but then you get them that just all of a sudden turn and stare at you, and you're like, "Fuck!" Literally, you shit yourself.
yeah.
Did you ever play Siren Blood Curse?
No, I didn't play that.
So it's a
I know
game
of it.
where, again, you have no weapons, so you can escape the bad guys, but it shows you two views, so it shows you their view in first person of what they can see. and then you're hiding, but they're running around trying to hunt you down. It's horrible feeling knowing that you're being chased like that. There's no real way to attack them. You've just got to try and basically
Just
escape
hide.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
I'm sure I'll be playing that in short bursts when I pick it up.
Yeah, let the heart calm down in
Yeah,
between.
that's it.
So you've been playing this week?
So I've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors. Still playing that. Just blitzing through that. But it's easy to just the story, as I said before, is pretty bland. So it's just pretty much pick it up, smash things to death, and just enjoy that. So I've been playing a load of that. Picking up Celeste here and there, completing the B-sides. Just been doing that in between. And part of the Easter sale, I did pick up Wonder Boy.
Oh,
Which was on sale.
classic.
It was 50% off. So I was like, for 50% off,
Yeah.
I can't not pick that up. So it's been on my shortlist for probably since last year when it came out last summer. So I've been playing that. And the good thing with that is it's got like sort of up to date like Flash style sort of graphics. They've updated the music and everything like that. But with the press of a shoulder button, you can refer back to the retro graphics with the retro music
that's
as well.
cool. Oh, nice.
So you can just switch between a press of a button.
Nice.
But no,
Was that an old Nintendo?
it's an
first Nintendo
old
game?
Mega Drive,
Commodore
Before that?
game.
Commodore
Oh,
64.
I
Was
think
it something
Master
like that?
System had it as
Yeah,
well.
there was one on
Commodore
Mega Drive as
64,
well,
I think.
Yeah,
can't remember
had
it.
the Wonder Boy game. So this one's Wonder
Wonder
Boy.
Monster Land.
This
That was
one's that one's coming out. This one's
Yeah.
the Dragon's Trap.
Yeah.
So you turn into like a little dragon as well, and you've got a bunch of powers that you can
cool.
use. So been playing a bit of that.
Yeah.
Other than that, typical FIFA here and there, little spurts of it.
Are you loving it or hating
I'm
it?
loving it. Oh well, I'm playing Ultimate Team, so
It's 2 weeks in a row now. You're loving it.
it's
That's
2 weeks.
good.
I did lose a game against. I can't remember whose team it was this week. Someone's Ultimate Team. Each week you get like a player. They'll like have their teams. Are like I can't
Team
remember
of
who's
the
guys, like
week,
JJ Kocher, Camel Glick was one of them this week. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I got Pony 3-1. They had Ronaldo and Messi up front.
Oh,
I was
man.
winning, and then as soon as they were in play, yeah, it was a
Game
wrap.
over, innit, pretty much.
But I played a couple of other games, won those. So good week of gaming, really.
Not bad.
Cool. So Dylan,
Do you know?
Yeah, mate.
what have you been playing this week?
This week I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds,
Sweet.
which is really, really good.
Yeah.
Just done some major stuff in this volcano. I don't want to spoil it if anyone's going to play it, but you go in a volcano and you just there's loads of bosses and stuff. And it's well good.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've done the whole skill tree now as well on that.
Nice.
So,
I love a skill tree.
Yeah, that's all
Easy.
done. Level 55, and yeah, just going to keep cracking on with that.
Cool.
Also, thanks to you, I've been playing Sonic 2. Because you phoned me up singing the Sonic 2 music down the phone to me.
Yeah.
So I downloaded an emulator on my tablet, got my little tiny control pad, which is about this big. Well, you can't see it, but it's about 3 inches.
Space bit
It's
size.
about the size of the size of my dick, yeah. And yeah, I've been playing Sonic 2 on that
Nice.
as well.
Oh,
Yeah, it's proper
sweet.
awesome. And other than that, Resident Evil 7 as well, which has been fucking shitting the life out of me all week.
As always.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's
The
awesome.
story in that game, like, the acting is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys? What have you
Oh,
been playing?
thanks. No, I've been playing a little bit more of Overwatch again online, mixing it up. I'm trying to get used to near enough all the players now on that.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, like whether I'm just going to sort of defend, sit back and defend, hold the line, or if I'm going to go in guns blazing. So I'm
Guns
just mixing
blazing
it up.
sounds like what you prefer.
It is. It is. I love it. At the moment, I've been playing as a character called Bastion, and he's just a big metal robot that can turn himself into a turret, like a big, huge minigun type thing.
Yeah.
And his abilities is that, and to repair himself. So if anyone damages me, I can just heal myself. So I just sit up nicely somewhere, and a teammate of mine will put a shield out in front of me. So I'm just literally tearing people down constantly.
Yeah, I've seen people do that because you can shoot through the shield, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they can't shoot through your shield.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
so I've been getting quite a few good kill streaks on that and a few wins. It's nice. What else? I have been playing Resident Evil 7 as well in
Yeah, man.
VR though.
Oh,
which is
no,
even
thank you.
worse.
Yeah.
That made me
Resident
nauseous.
Evil with travel sickness.
That's a
Yeah.
kind of sickness I'd never forget. Honestly, the
Yeah.
2 times that I played Resident Evil here with the headset on, honestly, the rest of the night I didn't say anything. Obviously, not to be a pussy. The rest of the night I didn't feel right. Honestly, makes you so
I moaned the
makes
whole
you so
evening, didn't I?
sick in your stomach. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I think I need fresh air, and even that's not there. It just puts a weird knot in your stomach.
Is that from the movement or the actual
I think it's the
game?
movement because I think Dylan said before because it's so close. There's no the field of view is so weird that it doesn't feel like your own eyesight. It's just so out of it. And then obviously the arms when you're playing in VR obviously people can't see my arms, but there's like a gap
They're real
between
low.
your arms and the actual arms, so they almost feel like they're floating in midair.
Yeah.
And using the controller to move as well, not using your head to move.
Mm.
It's weird because it doesn't happen with Skyrim. Skyrim, I've put it absolutely fine. I was
Really?
jumping off
That's
mountains.
not teleport you though, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's
Is it not?
complete control.
Yeah, you
walk.
can walk on
Yeah,
it.
you can
Oh,
walk on that.
teleport, yeah.
But I was
Yeah,
jumping
I
off
thought it was just
mountains.
teleport.
I was using the bow and everything. Felt fine. But Resident Evil, I don't because the game's so grainy and dark
Yeah.
as well. Like that feel it's gone for. Just messes me up
I
completely.
fucking love it. I was when I loaded it up, the first thing I done was like quick turn. I think it's just down the circle.
Yeah.
I just kept going down circle, down circle, down circle. I was
Oh.
spinning around and around. I was like, oh my god, my stomach. Oh my god, I fucking love this feeling. It's great. And right now I'm gonna go and try and kill some people when I feel sick.
I'm feeling sick just thinking out now. My head's actually just going thinking.
So I was stuck on the basement for quite a while on that Resident Evil 7.
Like living
There's
at home.
those black, those black sort of gooey creatures.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they are. They look like they're
I
made of
don't
like
know.
black tape or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Really
Taffy.
weird things. And they
Yeah.
just kept killing me.
So what taffy?
Yeah.
They just
What are
kept
you
killing
gonna
me
call it?
over and
They hurt
over
a lot.
again.
Taffy monsters.
A taffy monster.
Yeah, it makes them sound less scary. It makes them sound like cute.
Fuckers,
A taffy monster.
They're definitely not
They're
taffy.
really slow though. You can run past them if you've not got any ammo on that.
Well, I kept trying to kill them all. And I think there's about 5 in total. And I kept killing 3, and then I'd be out of ammo, and the last 2 would just do me over every time. And I'd done it like 5 or 6 times in a row. And I was like, right, now I've had enough of this game, I'll turn it off. Next day I tried it again, and I decided to run past the last 2 and got into the door, which was quite cool, into the incinerator, I think it was.
Yeah. I know
And then you have to fight Jack, the boss, and that was fucking crazy.
Mhm.
But I managed to beat him, so I'm past that now. Managed to get out the house after acquiring the 3 dog heads, and now I'm in some spooky wooded area in a dark house. So I think
Yeah.
it's the old lady's house by the dock.
Yes. Yeah, I've been there.
By the dock of the bay.
Yeah, that's the
really
one.
picks up there.
Watching the time roll away.
I feel a song coming on.
I was waiting to bust out into
Wasting time. Do you have a knife in Resident Evil 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do the old? Because what I love to do in Resident Evil is just shoot someone in the knee, run over, shank. I love
Yeah.
it.
It takes up
Well, when I
most
was
of it.
fighting the boss Jack, I didn't have any ammo whatsoever, so I just kept kicking dead bodies that are like hanging off of hooks.
Yeah.
And I was just
Yeah, you just
kicking
keep
them
that in
into
between
it,
it, didn't
and
you?
then running up to him, just going hack, and slice. And you see like his skin opening up as you do it
Oh, nice.
with each cut, wherever you do it. And I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then he just grabbed me, knee me in the stomach, threw me off, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, it takes like half your health or something every time.
He did, I
you
think
shoot, like-
he did kill me the first time. I didn't do it
Yeah.
the first time. He broke my arm, and then he grabbed me,
Yeah,
and
you
it
get
just
the
looked
classic,
like
little
he's.
video bit, don't you?
Well, this is all happening to
Oh,
me
yeah.
in VR. I'm looking out the bloke's eyes, and he's grabbed me under the chin and on top of the head, just
Ooh.
staring at me, and then he snaps my neck sideways, and I'm like, fuck! Motherfucker! I'm
Taking the headset off. I think my neck's broken.
and I look like my dad! I'll fucking move! Oh, whiplash! And yeah, man, oh, that was crazy. But yeah, I did get out of there now, so I've grown the balls to carry on playing it, and yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying
Gonna
it.
get that platinum?
I'll try, but I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it's
it's
quite
that
hard. You've
difficult.
got to do it on real difficult mode. I think. You know,
And plus,
I think
you
you've
got
to
Far
play
Cry 5
Have you
4
got a-
times.
Yeah, I think
Is it
it's-
going to
it's
require a
quite
couple of
hard
playthroughs then, do you think?
Yeah, it would do, yeah,
Oh.
definitely.
I think getting through that game once is going to be challenge enough
Play
without
it for the story
vomiting
and
and
enjoy it.
Once I
screaming.
get through it, I'll be happy, and I'll be like, right, now I can play it without the VR, play it normally, and go on a harder difficulty, and,
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
won't be afraid of it.
No,
Not that I'm afraid of
not
it
as
now.
afraid.
Fucking tough, mate.
Yeah. Why are you shaking, guys?
Well,
Jack's
other,
behind you.
other than that, Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Just done a
Yeah.
little bit more on
Right.
that, which is pretty cool.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, now I can tame the creatures.
Yeah.
So
The creatures.
yeah, those metal robot bastards.
Yeah.
And I just tame everything, like the Watchers. Are they called Watchers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little tiny ones.
Tame them, and then I just like wait for them to start shit on all the other robots around.
Yeah,
I
that's
fucking
it. They're
love
sort
doing
of
that.
good
Oh, yeah,
like
it's
distraction
just
and
fun.
stuff, don't they? So you can do like, your stealth around it. You can
Yeah.
override other machines
And
as
pick
well.
up supplies on the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, really like that game. Haven't been playing anything else actually. South Park, The Fractured
Oh,
But
was it good?
Whole. I'm fucking
Fractured
loving
But
that game. It's hilarious. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Even the battle system is turn-based as well, which I really like. And you create your character, and then you choose your difficulty. The easiest is being the white dude. The hardest is being the black dude. So
Oh, right.
I'm a
Yeah,
black
I
dude.
agree with that. I agree with that. I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm this black dude with an afro and like a 5 o'clock shadow, hanging around with all these kids. Quite cool. And I'm a superhero, like the Flash.
There I am.
Yeah, man, I am. I'm basically Ash, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious. And I'm going around everyone's house, making sure I do a shit in their toilet, which is a really fun game to play.
Worth a
It's
pick
a
up.
little mini game.
Because it comes out on Switch next month.
It is definitely worth a pick up, mate. Yeah, or, like the when you're taking a crap, it's a little mini game. So you have to press a combination of buttons, rotate.
Combination.
Combination. Rotate. Proper
American Pie.
We've got to rotate the analog sticks. Press the the triggers, and then you have to shake the poo after.
Nice.
So you build the gas up.
Just
you
like
build
real life,
the
isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you have to flick the last bit
and
off.
then, yeah, you literally
See
wiggle
that
it
game?
left and right, and then it goes plop.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's no
Just for
winning
those who
trick.
don't know, we was talking about American Pie,
Yeah.
reminiscing before the podcast, so it's not just a random bit.
Domination.
There we go. You don't score
Culmination.
until you score.
Till you score.
Culmination.
Yeah, so that's it really. Been really enjoying that. Me and my mate Caveman, we've been playing that game through share play, so I do a little bit and then he does a little bit. And after tonight's podcast, that's what I'll be doing.
Nice.
Go back on that
Good,
and let
good.
him continue. So I was going to look at a couple of indie games, which are local multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one I was going to talk about is starwahl. So starwahl was developed and released by Breakfall and originally released in September 2014 on Steam. It was free on the PS Plus back in February 2017. Did any of you pick that up? Because
Yeah, probably.
I failed to do so,
Oh.
which I'm absolutely gutted
yeah.
about because I love this little game and I wish I would have downloaded it. I'd normally download everything. I did download Little Big Planet, which was free at the time as well.
Yeah, I think I got that too.
This game, it's a fighting game really. The aim is to kill the other players and be the last one left alive. The main game mode is basically a team deathmatch. You choose the colour narwhal you want to be. Then you dress them up with either headgear or body gear, whatever you want. So you can have like a little astronaut riding your narwhal.
Sorry.
Narwhal's like a whale type thing. It's like it's sort of a small whale, shaped like a dolphin,
Like a
with a
what?
horn
Dolphin.
on its
Oh yeah,
thing.
it's
But it's
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, isn't it?
Like a
It's
seal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not even a seal.
So
some
Terry brother.
fucking sea creature with it's a unicorn whale.
Dolphins.
A uni
Small
whale.
dolphin seal.
Yeah, yeah.
A wacorn?
Carry on.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can dress them all up. You can make them look like Street Fighter characters as well, which is pretty cool.
Every game you have, you can dress up. Don't you? Like
I
all the
just-
He likes to
characters,
dress
you
up.
have hats.
He loves
Oh,
playing
all
dress
yeah.
up.
matching clothes.
Dressing up girls in Yakuza
Yeah.
or Yakuza.
Dressing up as the girls in
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Upgrading them.
So once you're happy, you jump into a retro 80s style level and try to pierce the hearts of the other narwhals. You do this with the horn on your head. You have 5 lives, but you can customise this to have more or less if you want, to change the game up a bit. But once all your lives are gone, you're out of the game. Other game modes include a capture the flag type mode, and you're scored for how long you can stay on the point for. Other modes where it's one with the most lives win, basically, at the end of the game. You also have ones where it's sort of a time limit as well, so when the time reaches 0, the one with the most hits wins. There's a trial, like a time trial for a single player mode, but really this game is best played against your mates. Or even if there's just 2 of you, you can have the
Your
computers
mate.
come in as well, the
Yeah.
like AIs, and
Right.
they're absolute bastards as well. They will literally gang up on you and
Nice.
then make sure like they work together and not.
Let's see if I got this game.
Horrible. Yeah, see if you got it. So the buttons are really simple. You can either use A or X if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, or you can use triggers and you shoot yourself forward, and it sort of goes on the point of your horn on your head. So when you're accelerating, it'll be wherever that horn's facing, but it's really sensitive. So the slight movement, you're doing a somersault. So you have to try and shift your way around the levels without getting hit. It's really fucking hard though. So your heart is on the outside of your chest, if you didn't know that. So if you're laying down, you can sort of protect your heart on the base of the level, but others can try and flip you over by sort of aiming their horn into the ground and scraping it along, and then trying to get underneath your head and flip you over to try and
Right.
scrape your heart.
Why is your heart on the outside? That's not.
Well, that's how the
Okay,
game is
okay,
played.
right, that's
Your
not-
heart's on
yeah.
the
Very
outside,
heart in your sleeve.
and you're trying to horn them in the heart, mate. That's what you're trying
No
to do.
sleeves.
It's fucking crazy. So you just got to try and protect your heart at all time, do loads of flips, and
Mhm.
kill the other ones. It's like I say, four player local multiplayer, and you can also the computer players in. There's over 90 costumes to choose from, 25 arenas, 4 game modes, 32 single player challenges, and leaderboards as well.
Nice.
Just a short little review on this one. I didn't want to spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully a few people have been playing it. It's been highly rated as well. I think it's like in the 8s out of 10.
Do you know what sort of price it is at the moment, or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's normally around £10, £11
Okay.
sort
That's
of
not too bad.
price mark.
Feels
Yeah.
like when you're saying no, like you're saying no in a weird way. No.
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 Like, no,
No, Mike, no.
Sounds like an
No.
Australian woman saying
No.
Niall, can you come
No.
over here, please?
Was that a house or out of Home and Away?
I have no idea.
You look like her.
Flaming out house, have a bath.
Mongrel.
I'm going to get me ute.
I hope there's no Australian people listening.
I hope they are.
So
offended.
Oh wow.
They're going to
Some
fucking love it,
Australian
mate. The other game I was looking at was Towerfall Ascension, which is a really cool game,
Oh, I love that
otherwise
game.
known as Shooty Arrow Jumpy Man game.
Yeah.
Which is also the people who made Celeste, if you remember
Well,
what I said.
I was actually going to mention this.
Ah.
Yeah, you wait for it, because I'm about to tell you. In an action, so this is an indie action game created by Matt Makes Games. I recognise that name from somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
This is actually his first commercial game, this one, Towerfall. This was inspired by games of his youth, like Bushido Blade. Which
Nice game.
Great
PlayStation 1.
game, yeah.
Instant
And
death.
the legendary GoldenEye.
Nice.
In the game, players control up to 4 archers in a battle royale type game mode. So it's an archery combat arena game where players kill each other with arrows and head stomps until one player remains. Head stomps, I mean like
Mario head
like
stomps.
Mario,
yeah.
just
Like,
jumping on the enemies a little bit.
Or if you're stupid as me, jumping under the enemy and getting your head stomped.
Yeah. Happens quite a lot. You, you have only a certain amount of arrows, but you are able to retrieve ones that are laying about or from chests. You can catch arrows as well if you time it right. You have to dash towards the arrow at the last second, basically, and then you collect their arrow. There are lots of different types of arrows, from drill arrows, which go through objects and walls, rebound arrows, which will bounce all over the place, arrows which will, once it makes contact with the surface, it will expand into like a thorn bush of sorts, which kills anyone that touches it. That could be a right bastard as well, especially if you're dropping down from like up above.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, I've got nowhere to go apart from that bush. So you dive in the bush. Do you like a bit of bush diving?
Oh, yeah. When the chance comes.
You get homing arrows, explosive arrows, and so on as well. Other items you can pick up will from treasure chests will include speed ups, wings so you can fly, invisibility, shields, and orbs that impact the environment by making the time slow down or making it go really dark. The screen going from side to side, it really fucks with your mind. Poisonous gases on the edges of the screen, so you can't go through the left screen to come out the right side, because it'll just kill you. All that sort of stuff. The winner is whoever makes it first to the desired score. We normally play to like first to 10, so
Right.
every kill you get is a point. You can lose points as well by killing yourself, which is not unheard of in this game. So you can customise the game too by turning certain options on and off. I usually do this and have random arrows to start with, so everyone can start with like an explosive arrow or whatever, rather than going and picking them up from the treasure chests.
Right.
So all players will have the same arrow as well when you start. Also turn on the treasure chests that keep respawning the items, and also 360 degree aiming, because usually it's just sort of, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But with this you can aim everywhere. If a friend is ahead on points as well, they'll usually start with less arrows than the other players, just to give the other ones a bit more of a chance. They also, the ones that are doing the worst, will have a shield as well, so they're shielded and got more arrows than the other person. So if the other person still manages to win, you feel powerful.
Is this ever on when we play? I feel like this is never on. I feel like I've never started with a shield if I'm behind or you have less arrows.
Well, sometimes we've been having some really close games, so you wouldn't
True,
have had the
actually.
shield. It would be
Usually
quite
we
even
start
stuff.
out kind of in front and then you make the ground up
Yeah,
and get on a
come
bit of a
back.
run. Yeah.
Boom.
Game.
There's roughly about 10 levels on this as well, and when you select one of the levels, you'll play like so many rounds on it, but each time that stage will change as well within that level, which is quite cool, so it's all different themes.
Yeah.
Each level gives you different layouts as well as moving objects. There's also around 6 or 7 characters, I think, to choose from. That's included with the DLC. But none of them offer any advantage over the other player at all. It's just for show, really, just to look different. It's pretty cool if you like fire an arrow and it hits them above the head, and they might be wearing a crown. Because the characters are so small, because it's like what 8-bit or 16-bit this game.
Yeah,
16.
Probably
it's more like Mega Drive or NES.
probably
Like
about
graphics,
16-bit, I reckon. Yeah.
16. And so you see this little crown go flying off and little things like that. It's pretty cool with the detail. And you can like shoot these light balls that are sort of attached to the environment, lighting up an area. You can shoot them and they drop down. If it hits a character, it will kill them as well. It's pretty cool.
Didn't know that.
You've also got a single player and co-op. See, I know everything about this.
Yeah.
You also got like single player and co-op modes as well, which you just go through the story. Not really a story, you're just basically killing bad things. And then at the end you get a boss that's absolutely fucking crazy. But with 2 of you, you can pretty much kill him.
Yeah.
And that's it, really, on that game. Both games I love playing when I have the lads around. It's normally in there, aren't they?
Yeah, we have a little go.
Starwall's not at the moment, but it will be. But Towerfall.
Yeah, Towerfall. I mean, I don't think I've ever won a game of that. I've had a lot of really close to winning games, but it's one of those games. Anyone who knows when they've played me anything online, or I haven't got a very good very good temperament when it comes to losing.
You'll just see him go offline.
Yeah.
Or if you beat him at FIFA and he's here.
Yeah, I run home.
How many games you won, Dad? Outdoors. He's already
That's
late.
generally how it went. But this
That's
one,
exactly what
I can
happened.
lose this, but it's one of them games that's still really good fun to play, I think.
Yeah, even when
it's
you're
very,
losing.
it's very simple to play in it, but it's good fun as well, I think.
Yeah.
You know, the graphics obviously
It's so
quite old,
quick
but
and
it's
so instant that even when
it's
you
just
die,
good fun.
it's not like FIFA where someone scores and then they just rub it in your face by making you watch the replay and just celebrating in your face.
Yeah.
You respawn so quickly, you don't have time to sort of get frustrated about it because you're already on to the next
Yeah,
round.
yeah,
So.
exactly.
Yeah, it's quick, good fun. Definitely good for a multiplayer game.
Yeah, we're going to do some gaming news. Yes, the first game I'm going to talk about is a game called Grip, which is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's made by Wired Productions. It's early access at the moment on Steam, but it's supposed to be out this year, but it's to be certified for the release date.
Right.
It's inspired by Roll Cage Games, which was in the late 90s. I've not really heard of them, but do you know what that is, Roll Cage Games?
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
No. But it's a futuristic combat racer. To me, it looks like sort of Rocket League meets Wipeout meets Mario Kart.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
the
I like
cars,
all of those.
cars look a lot like Rocket League sort of cars. You know, you can customise them, you know, do your paint jobs, like, different wheels, everything like that. And then you've got the combat element of Mario Kart. So instead of like red shells, you have heat-seeking missiles. Instead of bananas, you have like landmines and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, massive courses, like look really well designed. Obviously, you can. The game's called Grip because you can drive on the walls, on the ceiling, all the way around.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks absolutely massive. Yeah, so it's got like tunnels, jumps. You can race over like snow, deserts, futuristic cities. It just looks wicked.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's got 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah.
I just popped up there.
yeah, it's coming out hopefully this
Average
year for the
rating.
Switch.
Nice.
And it's also multiplayer online and split screen 4-player at home as well.
Oh,
So
sweet.
it is Mario Kart days, but just brought up to date a little bit.
I
think.
cannot
Definitely
wait.
one to check
Might
out
have
if
to
you're a
bring the
Switch
Switch
owner.
round on Friday night,
Yeah.
Ash.
I've got about
No.
5 controllers, so
I'll just, I'll just buy
But you
a
can do
PS5.
4 player. Yeah,
Do 4
wicked.
Nice.
Cool.
We can give the 5th pad to Hayley just to hold and make her feel like she's part of the game.
No.
I feel
Oh,
like
it's
she
like
should...
when you give your little kid it, like, yeah, you're playing with Daddy.
You're doing really well.
You play Resident Evil with Dad.
I give her something to hold.
Yeah, you will.
Do you like joysticks?
Right, so I've been looking at a game coming out on Xbox, PC and PS4 called Agony. It was due to be released on the 30th of this month, but it's been put back because I think they're doing some sort of final polishing and stuff on it, on some of the levels. It's basically a single-player, first-person survival horror, which is set in hell, and it's been developed by a company called Mad Mind Studio. Anyone heard of them?
No.
Okay, so they're basically made up of 9 veteran developers who also worked on The Witcher 3 and The Division, amongst a few others. And it's been published by Playway, who I've not heard of myself, but that's who it's by. The plot, so basically you're surviving hell. You need to make your way past various demons, other tormented souls to find this mystical red goddess. My initial first thought when I saw it, a trailer for it the other day, was weren't really my sort of game. Really, it's very dark, very eerie. Had a kind of touch of Outlast a bit to it as well.
So you're basically too scared to play because you're a pussy.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, you've got so you're basically playing a demented soul that's kind of got to escape and find this goddess, but you've got a special possession ability to get you past various obstacles and puzzles and stuff like that. And the way you do that is by using your possession ability to take over lesser powered demons and other tormented souls that are in this realm to help you get past various bits of this level. I saw a little bit where you're walking through this forest, or I assume you're walking, I don't know, but it's kind of like a first person survival, so you're only kind of looking out the eyes, and there's this little, I don't know if it's a demon or a voice in your head, but it sounds a bit like Smeagol out of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And all you can hear,
Andy Serkis.
yeah, or you can, I swear, and I might have to put the YouTube trailer up, but there's a little section where you find this body hanging from a tree, and this voice says, "I can smell her red cunt," and that's all you hear.
Nice.
So yeah, lovely bit of language in there as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have seen this before as well.
Yeah, well, I looked at a review on a site the other day, and they summed it up quite well, because they basically said at present the game looks like a tour of its currently oppressive atmosphere. It feels weirdly dirty, where you're surrounded by weeping damned souls and sights of recent carnage. Everything is bloody or part of a corpse, or looks like a serial killer's art project. It throws you straight into a part of hell where everyone is naked, afraid, in total shock, on fire, and being hunted by
It's getting me
tit
in the
demons
mood,
with
don't it?
clampets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to jerk off.
How
about this game,
merchant again?
Oh, he's back again from
They basically finished and summed it up by saying the highest endorsement they can give it is that Agony will drive all the right people in this world absolutely insane. I haven't got an idea on price yet, because obviously it's got a TBA on the release date, so I'm guessing it's going to be sort of around the 40, 45, 50 quid mark.
Right.
But yeah, if you like your sort of Outlast and
It's just a AAA game.
It's
Oh, it's not an indie game. Oh, nice.
No, it's just I mean, I had a little look through some new ones that are coming out, and it looked quite dark and dingy, and I thought if everyone give a little insight into what it's going to be about.
Oh, right, okay. I was
So,
waiting
yeah.
for you to finish. Like,
Yeah.
is it going to finish?
No.
What I was going to say with that Agony, it reminded me of Dante's Inferno. Did you ever play that? Yeah, and
Xbox
it gave me
360.
that sort of vibe, because when you were playing Dante's Inferno, you hear everyone screaming,
Yeah.
pain, people,
Yeah.
bodies falling.
It's exactly
And
right,
I was
yeah.
just like, oh, this is so good. I don't know why I liked it so much.
And they
but
never made a
it was
sequel.
great. No.
Because the studio I think made the game have been disbanded.
Even how it ended as well. It ended like it was ready to make another one.
Yeah.
And
Someone needs to pick that up.
Yes,
and make a
they
sequel.
should.
Yeah, the bit the bit I saw, I think must have been right at the very beginning, and you're going through this kind of really eerie bit of forest, sort of woodland sort of area, and when it eventually opens out, there's this building, which I don't know if this is where this red goddess woman is. I have no idea, but there's this basically a whole lake of blood all round it, or river of blood, and there's just carnage, bodies and that everywhere, limbs everywhere, people hanging out of trees with limbs missing. There's some old bloke whose beards are falling off that's got his willy out.
His beard's
he
falling
doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's in total shock. Yeah, he's just got clumps of beard everywhere. And beer,
nice.
probably, I don't know. But he's obviously had a bad life.
Yeah. When your beard falls off,
Yeah.
that's time to sort yourself out.
I'm gonna put the trailer up that I watched earlier in the week, just to give everyone a bit of an idea of how sort of dark and grim it is. But if it's that sort of game that you're into, then you might want to have a
I
look
hope
at
it
it.
comes out in VR. That sounds awesome.
Oh, it just looks grim. Not for me, but yeah, it might
If I can
be.
do
It might
Resident
appeal to
Evil,
some
I'll do
people.
anything.
Dylan, you got another one for us?
Yeah. I just want to quickly talk about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster,
Oh,
which
nice.
apparently is going to come out on 30th of April, but I think that's kind of a bit fine because they haven't really released anything for it. It's not even officially been announced yet. They reckon it's going to be about £20 as a standalone game, but there's no multiplayer either.
That's what turned a lot of people off.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
to be honest, it turns me on because I love the campaign on that game, and
Yeah,
I
I
play that
did.
all
It is
the time.
awesome.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. Also, they're going to be cutting out the Russian campaign level. I don't know if you remember that one.
That was one of the best levels.
Yeah, due to the current climate, that's not going to be in it as well.
Oh,
Is that where you had to make your way to the submarine?
No, you're
You're
walking
walking
through
the
and,
shopping centre, aren't you?
and all the Russians
Oh,
are
yeah.
There you go,
they're just
yeah.
shooting a lot of
Yeah,
people.
'cause
there was a
It's
warning.
isn't it?
There was a warning, wasn't there? You
It's
come out of an
airport,
elevator.
Huh?
Isn't it an airport?
Is
Yeah,
it
it's an
airport?
Yeah,
airport,
because
Oh,
you can
okay.
turn it off in the game, can't you? So that,
Yeah,
that
that's
bit.
it.
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right.
have to play the level, yeah, but they're actually cutting it out of this version.
Well, I had a shopping centre.
That was. I remember the amount of controversy that caused.
Yeah,
for
it
the
was.
game,
Yeah,
man.
it was
That-
a lot,
warning,
wasn't
wasn't
it?
Yeah,
what's going
everyone's
on.
calling for a ban on
Yeah.
that, weren't they? That was mental at that time.
But we can't always kill Afghans and Germans. We need to have some of the Russians in there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Because Modern Warfare is almost 10 years old, that's why everyone thinks it's going to be released at this time. It's been remastered by Raven Software. They're the people that did the remaster of Modern Warfare, the first one,
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4. But obviously it'll be going up against Black Ops, which comes out I think in November, and Black Ops 4, which has been announced as
Yeah.
well. So just have to wait and see, really.
You fan of the Black Ops?
Hmm?
You fan of the Black
No.
Ops?
Well, the first 2, 3 I didn't like at all.
No?
No,
Yeah,
I
I've
just
not
couldn't
been a
get on
fan
with
of
it.
them. I'm the same. I was
It gets
Modern
too
Warfare.
futuristic, and I get a bit disinterested by it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
Ghosts?
Ghosts,
So advanced. Ghosts I loved, yeah.
yeah,
Ghost
Ghosts
is,
have got.
well,
Yeah,
Ghost
Ghost was
started
quite
out
It
futuristic.
was grounded
in
enough,
space,
though, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
think.
I
And
like
you
that.
had like different elements as
Yeah.
well.
I also like the hordes as well, like of the aliens that you have to kill. That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah, yeah.
Nazi
Yeah.
zombies as well.
Plum
Yeah.
bombs. Yeah.
I
I
think
think,
Ghosts
Modern, I
Nuts
think
was-
Modern Warfare 2 is probably my favourite out
Yeah.
of all of the Call of Duty games.
Like the online.
Modern Warfare
Yeah,
1 was
good
pretty
as
good.
well,
Oh,
isn't it?
yes,
It's not
Daz and Soap.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably my second favourite. Then
Yeah.
2 were probably my 2 out of all of the
Modern
ones I've
War's
done.
pretty good in between.
Yeah.
But it's two companies, isn't it?
Like
It's
World War as
Treyarch
well.
and Activision. that
Yeah,
made them.
Infinity
Yeah.
Ward. as well.
Infinity
Yeah.
War, that's
Yeah.
it, yeah. So,
Well, World War II is pretty fucking shit up. To
Yeah,
be
I
honest.
ain't played that
I
yet,
just
so I
want to
can't
play that. I'm
make
waiting
a
till it's
judgment.
20 quid though.
It
'Cause that's
is
why I
really
do all
good.
of
Yeah,
the Call of
it's
Duty
definitely like you're full in love with this one.
games.
Definitely.
it's not
Yeah.
worth buying, well, for me anyway, it's not worth buying full price unless you're really into the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah,
then.
exactly. Because you only get like a 6
Well,
hour
even the
campaign
single-
or something
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
But it is
No,
really
I'm-
good.
I'm
the
with
single
it.
player
I prefer
campaign.
the-
yeah,
prefer
yeah,
the
but
campaign.
I'm not going to pay 60 quid to play a 6 hour game
Why not?
when you can pay 60 quid and play Far Cry.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
And
true.
be entertained for months.
And get loads of DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying,
yeah.
everybody's playing it on Twitch already.
Yeah.
I went on there last night and
That's what
there
I'm
was
not- yeah.
loads of streams going. It's
Yeah,
like,
I keep
yeah.
seeing it posting up on Facebook and that. Damn it.
not one of those that got it early.
Well, it's arrived. It's just not at my address. It's arrived at my brother's address, so I've got to get it off him. Which he's gonna deliver it to me tomorrow.
You-
Or we'll just open it now. And
As
play
you
it.
said, didn't get it today. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
you might want to drop that off.
So you're going to not play Far Cry tonight, go and play your butthole game, and then
Yeah, I'm gonna go and play with the butthole.
and then play
just for a
some
bit.
PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then play. And then Far Cry all day tomorrow, or all night. I should say. I better go to
If
work.
I was him, I'd be like, oh no, so I had to go out, so I'll have to sort you out later. But I'm not back until about midnight. We get a whole day without the game.
Like, where are you, guy? Still waiting outside yours.
Yeah,
Waiting for Far Cry.
freezing.
I tried to break in once.
Yeah. I drank your milk.
That was whilst he was home.
Does anyone have milk delivered?
No, I don't
Someone's
think
on the
so.
doorstep,
It's been a while.
drinking his milk.
If they are, your wife's cheating on you.
Don't get orange juice as well.
Second game I've been looking at, which actually I knew nothing about, but after looking at it, looks really, really good actually. It's a PS4 exclusive, and it's called Detroit Become Human. It's actually scheduled for release on the 25th of May this year. It's a single-player, third-person, story-based action-adventure game developed by Quantic Dream. Published by Sony, and basically the plot, it revolves around three androids called Kara, Connor and Marcus, and it's a dialogue-based story, so the success or failure of the characters is purely based on the decisions you make. Character info, so Kara, she's obviously an android who's escaped the factory that she was made in, and she's out basically to explore her newfound freedom. She's played by the actress Valerie Curry, who people might know from Twilight or Blair Witch.
Twilight.
She was.
we remember
Definitely.
Yeah.
I unfortunately do
Jacob?
know it quite well.
I guess.
that.
Yeah.
Then I'll
Um, she only had a very small part. She played a girl called Charlotte in it, who was a nomad vampire. There you go. And she also played the girl called Talia in the 2016 remake of the Blair Witch. She was in that as well. She's basically a newly created android with artificial consciousness who discovers how it feels to live amongst humans, and she's basically struggling to find her place in a world where androids are still not conscious and they're utilised as servants. So she's obviously trying to find her way in this world. Alongside her character, there's two other playable characters as well. There's one called Connor, who's played by a guy called Brian Deckhart, who's in a film called The Remaining and also Dakota's Summer. He's basically an advanced android cop and his job's basically to hunt down any deviant androids who have been basically gone walkabout from the factory or have been released from their programmed behaviours. So I assume he's going to be kind of like the bad guy, I guess.
Right.
And then Marcus, who's played by a guy called Jesse Williams, who's out of Grey's Anatomy series and some other low-key films and TV shows. He's basically devoting his time to releasing androids from their servitude and bondage, but not that sort of bondage.
I was interested.
Yeah. You had me.
You never know, there could be some DLC.
bondage.
Maybe there's some bondage DLC, I don't know. The game apparently originally came from Quantum Dream's 2012 tech demo called Kara. And there's no sort of game over message. If your character dies, then basically the story branches out into a different direction. And players will also have the option at certain points in the game to rewind time, basically to reshape decisions they've made in case of regret.
Right.
So if they do something that's really affecting the story and they don't want it to go that way, they can go back to an earlier point and then maybe make a different decision and take the game into a different way, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good feature.
From this trailer I've seen, graphically, story-wise, looks really, really good. It's been a few years in the making as well, so they've done a lot of finishing touches, and I'm positive I'll be buying it. I think, and I'm hoping to put the trailer on as well for our podcast once it's up and running. I'll stick a YouTube clip up there for everyone to have a look at if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, it does look very, very good.
Just want to say,
oh, actually, I didn't mention. Actually, I did see. Sorry, Ash. Yeah, I think you can pre-order it now, around between sort of 45-50 quid mark. I saw it on Tesco, I think, for about 46 quid.
Nice.
If you want to pre-order.
Just say the vibe I'm getting from it is Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls.
I think they're part possibly the developer or something to do the way it was done. I think there's something to do with
Sony
it.
got behind
Certainly
both
how
of
it
those
looks.
as well, and they were both exclusives as well, weren't
Yeah.
they? So they seem to like those sort of story-driven, not, well, how can I say it, quick time event sort of games, where it's more like watching an interactive movie in a way. But I mean, I loved Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain was great. It's so dark. It reminded me of the film Seven, which reminds me of a lot. But it's a great game, and Beyond Two Souls is a great game as well.
Yeah,
so.
I love both of them.
Yeah. It looks. Well, I saw some of the clips that I saw where you've got some. There was a bit of action, and someone was shooting this gun at someone who was holding a hostage. And of course, all the androids. You can't. I don't know if there's a way of doing it in the game, but I'm guessing because he held a hostage, you knew which one was an android and which one was a human. But when you shot him in the head, it's like a blue paint. You see the bullet hole, but it's like blue instead of blood. It's like blue splatter comes out. So obviously, you know you're getting an android rather than a human. So I don't know if there's going to be a way of sort of telling which is which. I guess, but so
I guess you just got to listen carefully and make a judgment. Really,
I'm guessing you're going to probably get to know that as you start the game. You'll probably find that out quite early on. I would have thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, looking forward to that. Looks good.
Right, the last one I'm going to talk about is for retro gamers, because they're doing a Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive, like Xbox and PS4, 50 games on one disc.
Oh wow!
Which I'm really looking forward to. It's all genres, so it's going to be like arcades, action, beat 'em ups, puzzlers. It's out on May 29th this year.
Oh, awesome!
It's also going to feature modern features as well, so you can do online. So you ever play Sonic 2 split screen?
Yes.
You're going to do that online.
Oh,
race
yes.
yeah.
How cool would that be?
And also up-to-date trophies as well on like PlayStation and stuff as well.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Including also mirror modes, rewinds, and save states as well, which you never really had on the Mega Drive. You literally just play the whole game, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's going to include games like Alex the Kid, Altered Beast, Columns, All Three Golden Axes, Sonic 1, 2, and 3D Blast and Spinball, and also Streets of Rage 1 to 3, and Toe Jam and Earl as well.
Toe Jam and Earl.
They were just a few that I saw, just wrote down. Yeah, it's going to have an enhanced graphics filter as well, so it won't look quite 16-bit, but it'll still look really, really cool. A cool 3D menu as well to navigate the games. You can record your progress, and as I said, you can do Sonic 2 speedrun co-op online, or you can still do it couch co-op as well, split screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to that.
And no more blowing in cartridges. You can literally just put a disc in, 50 games on one disc.
Yeah, nice.
As I said, it's Xbox and PS4, May 29th.
That reminds me of the old Sega collections they used to do on the 360 and the PS3.
I got one for the GameCube. I think I had like 20 games or something in it. Yeah,
I wonder if they'll start doing that a little bit more with some of the
there's an
older
Atari
stuff.
one as well, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I'm
think
not
you've got
sure
the
it's
Amiga
out
and C64, Spectrum,
Yeah,
Amstrad. You
it's
think
a
all them
great way
games
to
that
play the
hundreds and
retro
hundreds of
games.
games that are out, wasn't there? That people remember.
Get usually weekly actually old SNK games from like the Neo Geo era.
Yeah.
They've literally been releasing one of those. I think it's a company called Hamster. They've been re-releasing those like pretty much every week.
Not X-Hamster.
Not X-Hamster.
No.
No. But like Final Fight games, Fatal Fury games, all the obscure fighting games from that era as well were being re-released.
Wicked. Especially if there's some arcade ones as well.
Metal Slug's been released.
They are on PS4 as well. On the store.
I have seen some of them.
Oh, we picked up like Bubble Bobble.
Yeah,
That was
I've picked
classic.
up Guru Mark of the Wolf, which is like a Fatal Fury like fighting game. It's pretty
Well, I
impressive
think
fighting
the thing for me, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think with some of these old games, especially the ones that were previously on arcade, I'll take Mortal Kombat for example. When that came out on the SNES and on the Mega Drive and things like that, it was good fun to play, but it never had the same feel as the arcade. So it'd be great to have the arcade feel on a new format, wouldn't it? I think on PlayStation 4, Xbox, whatever. I think that'd be good. So hopefully they'll start doing more of those as well. That's a good one. That look forward to that.
Cool.
That's gaming news.
So next, then we've got the top 5 gaming soundtracks or gaming tunes, depending on if you could choose an individual
if you
song
read the
or
email
not.
properly or not.
I was gonna say I was trying to pick 5 songs, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll just choose games instead. Like the actual whole game.
I'm surprised you didn't pick something from Farm. Oh, actually, I won't spoil it. But if there's anything from Farm Factor 12,
From Farm at what?
Farm Simulator.
Yeah, I love it. Just Cotton Eye Joe over and over again.
I love it. So.
So, who would like to start by playing us a jingle of their number 5? I can start if you want.
Come on, and you go first.
If you're ready.
If nobody else is ready,
Okay, so
I'm
let's hear
ready.
a little bit of this.
So I'm just going to play a couple of little tunes from it.
I know what
You
this is.
should know what this
Yeah, I know
is.
what this is.
I know the music, I can't.
I know it is. So
We've got to name the stage as well.
Oh, Street Fighter.
That's the intro.
First one was Ryu's stage.
Ryu,
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh,
So,
what a fantastic game.
yeah,
Street Fighter
basically
2, innit?
Street Fighter 2, because you got like Ryu, you got Ken's stage as well.
Ryu.
I always put it Ryu as well, but I got corrected, so
By
now I have
Ash.
to learn Ryu.
Yes.
Fucking hell. Who's other trick? Guile's theme as well, which
Yeah.
is pretty
Brilliant.
sick.
All ones that stay in the memory, aren't they? Yeah.
I won't play anymore. I can carry on.
So Street Fighter.
So yeah, Street Fighter. That's my number 5.
Okay, so this is. I basically my top 5 are all very much nostalgic to me. So there might be some you might know, there might be some you don't. But my number 5 one is this. Don't know if anyone will remember this. This is going back to Amiga days.
I don't recognise this, but it sounds pretty good. I'd have this as a ringtone. I'd probably dance in a club to this. It sounds like some sort of fighting game.
No, it's not. It's actually Supercars 2 that was on the Amiga from
Sounds like I would beat
1991.
someone up to that music.
It's not. They did have the sort of their main music isn't that theme. That's actually the menu music in between levels. But it was just one of those ones that just stuck in my mind. So I thought I'd put that there.
Nice.
Alright,
my number 5.
this one's not as far back as that. This isn't the whole game, it's just this particular music and the way this stage builds up. But tell me if you remember it. Guy might remember this. Guy doesn't like this game. I'm just going to cover the screen so you can't see.
Oh, this sounds
I fucking know it.
Sounds like a fighting game.
It's got fighting elements to this. It's basically a bunch of violence from start to finish.
I want to say it's Devil May Cry.
It is Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
So do you remember with the puppets that are hanging on the wall?
yeah, that's it.
And one moves you past, and then suddenly they just attack you, and then it's just guns blazing, guns, swords.
Oh, wow.
Such a tune.
That is a great track.
Oh man, there's so many songs I just forgot about.
I love reminiscing.
Oh.
So, Dylan.
Yeah, this is my number 5. It's a bit more recent. It's probably not actually in my top 5, but I've had it in my head for like the past 2 weeks, so I was going to play it. So like an intro.
Get a bit closer.
sounds like it's out of a sad game. Is that really sad?
Yeah.
You've been playing it. It's on Resident Evil 7.
Oh,
It's the
cool.
intro to it.
Oh.
Is it really?
Yeah, on
Wow.
the video.
I didn't know
I've
that.
literally had it in my head for like the past
Oh
week.
shit! Yeah, no, I don't really watch.
That's
it,
worrying.
so-
You've had that in you.
I know, yeah.
I think you're losing the plot,
Don't,
man.
don't sleep in a room
Hide the
with him
cutlery.
tonight. Hide the cutlery.
Well, okay, so my number 4. Basically, there's a series of these games, and I've just mixed 2 together just for the hell of it.
Okay.
So here's some little tunes from it. This one is an important song.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah,
it
you're-
sounds like a Final Fantasy.
You're definitely right. What about this? This was one of the bosses.
Final Fantasy 7.
This
It
is
is
7.
Final Fantasy 7. This
Nice.
is the Genova fight. But all the tunes, like when you're fighting, are just amazing.
Yeah.
You like really put you in it. So
Gives you a
I mean,
sense of
that's,
urgency.
that's just when you get
Remember this?
when you get to a boss
Is this
fight.
yeah. Do you remember it's like the beginning?
Yeah, there's quite a... That's like the next part of Genova that you fight. And I was like, oh, this one really pumped me up. I'm fucking gonna destroy this bastard. Yeah, so yeah, it is Final Fantasy 7, but also Final Fantasy 8 as well, which I don't think I played anything from there. There is one. Played by an orchestra rather than
I feel like I'm in Aladdin.
that was a tune from Final Fantasy 8. So,
Do you know what? I thought there was going to be 12 in there. I was going to get real mad because I hate the singing in Final Fantasy 12. No?
in what?
That was a
Final Fantasy
Don't
12.
cut
Oh,
that.
right. No.
little
Just
sneak
Final,
preview there.
just Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8.
Cool.
Yeah, they were sort of a combo. Love them.
Congo.
So my number 4, it wasn't that little thing you just heard there.
Oh.
This is actually another Amiga game from 1987. I know Guy already knows this. This is the very first game that I got with the Amiga.
Sounds like something that'd be in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
But like Axel Foley be like jumping over someone's gate or something.
The thing is, this reminds
Sneaking
me
into
of
a
like
house.
That's it,
Christmas
yeah,
Day.
so
This reminds me of Christmas Day morning when we unwrapped the Amiga, which me and my older brother already knew we'd had because we found it delivered the day that we were both home and my parents weren't. And yeah, it came with a game. We were playing it in the morning. So for those who don't know, Guy, do you want to tell them what it is?
Yes, it's Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's not Beverly Hills Cop.
No.
Unfortunately.
I feel like I wait for Axel Foley to go, get the fuck out of here. My next one, let's see if you recognise it. So, let's see how good your memory is. This is another one that's PS1 as well, but I always liked this.
Sounds scary.
Little build.
Oh, I want to say this is Silent Hill.
I was thinking that.
Oh.
It's not, no, it's not. It's not another Resident Evil game, is it?
It is.
Oh man, it really sounds like Silent Hill as well.
Wait for it to build.
Resident Evil 4. No.
It's Resident Evil 2.
Is it 2? I was thinking 2, but I
When you
didn't...
save and stuff as well, like some of
Oh,
the rooms, yeah.
yeah.
And the ribbons and the
Yeah.
typewriter.
PlayStation.
Mate, that's a tune.
Nostalgia.
You like
Gives that
is.
feel
You
like
have a sigh of relief, yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Oh,
walk up to the
same.
chest.
I can actually make a save.
Gonna go and get some sleep.
Oh, I need some herbs.
My fucking typewriter quick.
Yeah, that
I've got an ink
music's
ribbon.
always stayed
Nice.
with me. It's one of those where you're like, where is that? I need to find that. And you quickly get on YouTube and like, how do I
Yeah.
find this?
Mate,
Nice.
that's-
So, yeah,
Good one, that
that's-
was a good one, that.
Yeah, I like that. Dylan.
Cool. Yeah, my number 4, you should probably all know it. It's a very famous piece of music and it's just proper nostalgia. I love it.
Zelda.
Oh, this Zelda, yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it's Game Boy. Let's see, Link's Awakening on it. It's
That's
great
it.
music, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely love it.
That
great game
is
as
really
well.
nostalgic, that
Yeah.
one, isn't it? I love it.
Cool.
That's really good.
Also,
I love
System of a
that.
Down did a cover of that as well. If you ever want to check it out on YouTube, it's really good.
Nice. Yeah, actually, I might have already heard that.
Yeah, it's about
actually.
a minute or so long,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's proper like thrashy. Yeah, it's really cool.
More editing needed.
Fucking Resident Evil, they come back again.
He's actually lost his mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was in my head or on the phone. I couldn't tell it first.
Oh, bastard. Oh, I'm sitting there trying to decide what I want my number 3 to be.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
didn't
gonna...
write these down at all. I literally just got, I love that music.
Yeah.
Got it already.
So this game, I had played on the Vita first, and then on the PS4. There's 2 of them out, and it's a top-down shooter, which is absolutely insane. Which have you playing to this sort of tunes?
Sounds like Mr. Wazzo.
Yeah, it does a bit.
It's a mixture of various. That's it. Alright, so there's one of them. There's another one. But during this time, all you're doing is running around
Getting killed.
and
Is it that
killing
game?
people, and then you die
Oh,
and
it's
restart,
called. I know
die,
the
restart,
game.
die,
Yeah.
restart. But it's so quick.
Something Miami, is it?
Yes.
Hotline Miami.
Hotline
Yeah,
Miami.
that's it,
Wow,
yeah.
I never even heard that.
I remember you playing it in the canteen at work actually. When you first got your Vita, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's why I bought one.
It was really cool as
Yeah.
well, that game. I
never
completed the
got that game.
first one, but I never completed the second one. I think
Yeah, it was
I'm
literally like walking
right
in
at
a
the
room
end.
dead.
Yeah.
What do I call it? Dead. Splat, splat, splat. Yeah,
That
it
was,
well good.
really good game.
Right, okay, so my number 3. Okay, this is another Commodore Amiga game, my last one out of the 5. When you hear this one, this was released in 1991. Don't get the soundtrack confused with the soundtrack to Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
There's
This
some-
one.
Mayday!
Oh, it's very fancy. Boom, boom. It's definitely an 80s game.
It is.
1991.
Oh, really? Wow.
Same people who made Supercars as well.
Oh, okay.
So it gives you an idea of what sort of type of game it is. Any ideas?
I feel like Outrun or something.
No, that was a bit older. It was Lotus Turbo Challenge 2.
Ah, remember the Lotus
You ever
game?
played that? That was a great game to play.
Last one I remember was like PS1.
Thing is, was it yourself who doing? Was it you who remembered passwords from certain levels a couple of weeks ago? You
Yeah.
mentioned, so yeah. See, I'm the same with that game. There was you started off on I can't remember. You just had a standard racetrack, and then you went through to different arenas as you carried on driving. So you started off on a normal road, and then it changed to a motorway level.
Right.
The motorway level password was Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then there was a like a marsh road that was
That
all
take you to a
foggy.
sewer.
No, I'm not going to rise to that.
You have no cars. You just it's just a race.
Just running on bricks.
Yeah, there's no wheels on it.
Yeah, you had like
I think that
a
was
boggy
fun.
marshland that was in the fog, and you had to type in pea soup to get to that one. And there was another one called the skid. So I used to be able to remember all the passwords. That's the only way I could get through the levels. So I was shit at driving game. So yeah, that was my number 3.
Good.
Okay, my number 3. Let's see if I remember it. Right, I found this one on YouTube. It's 30 minutes long. I don't remember this song being 30 minutes long, but let's see if it's the right one.
I've got to get home.
Oh, this sounds really familiar.
like Sonic.
This is Mega Drive. Right era.
Is it the same developers? Is it the
No.
Sega stuff?
It's a Sega game. Any ideas? Any
It
guesses?
sounds like that sort of game.
Yeah,
doesn't
like Zool sort of James Pond kind of.
it? Yeah, James Pond. Yeah,
It's around that era. It's not Earthworm Jim.
Cool
Echo
spot.
Jim's a bit later, wasn't it?
It's Revenge of Shinobi.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So,
Quite cool, yeah. What a tune.
It doesn't sound like a ninja type game, does it?
I feel
No.
like I just want to run and throw ninja stuff.
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I did. And
Oh,
then
cool.
get killed.
So, well, yeah, headphones, listening to that music while you're doing it, taking people out. Dylan, then you're number 3.
Yeah, my number 3 is a bit more modern. Again, it's not a retro game, and it's a game I'm loving at the moment, so I'm just gonna play it.
The fact that him and Guy know it straight away, I feel like it's Horizon.
Yeah, it is indeed.
I But the fact that me and you can't relate, and we're just like, what?
I wouldn't have had a guess.
It's sunset, you're riding a mechanical dinosaur across a desert. Beautiful music playing, your ginger locks going,
Flicking the beam.
flicking your beam.
Killed the moment, sorry.
Yeah, so that's that.
It's great. I love how like all the pink sort of shades on the trees.
I think you need to play that sort of music after you've had a stint on Resident Evil, because I think that really
Yeah,
calms
yeah,
your mood down.
get you back in
Take
the
the edge
zone,
off
yeah.
it.
That is actually what I done last night. That's exactly what I done. Got some.
Bring the heart rate down a
saved it,
bit. Right,
playing
so go ride
Horizon.
the country. Yeah.
Oh, this is it. But then it was after the proving, so everyone gets murdered. I was like, no, what's going on? I'm just surrounded by torture and just chaos. Yeah.
You're still only there?
No, I'm actually. Oh no, I'm a bit
It's
further
like
on now.
literally the beginning of the game.
I helped. There's a side quest. Help this girl that tried to get her mother's spear back.
Oh yeah.
So I've done that. Saved her. Got the spear.
Nice.
Took out everything silently as well, which was quite cool. There was about 4 scraps.
I feel like Edge should be in this game.
Huh?
Or Goldberg. Or Rhino.
Just Stone Cold would be good. What?
But he doesn't do a spear.
No, he just stunners him.
Yeah.
That's all I need to do.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Number 2, game that I played on PS4, completed, love it. There's a second one out now, which is based before the first game.
Ooh.
And if you recognise this tune.
Oh.
Ark.
Ark.
It sounds
This
like...
music wouldn't be an Ark.
I
It's
don't know, I've
too
never
calm.
played Ark.
Well, it kind of reminds
Here's
me
another
of...
tune from it.
I used to thought Last of Us, but
No, it reminds me of... What's that game with the girl? The girl's the main character, and she's like in school, and you got to make a bunch of decisions, you can rewind.
Life is
that
Strange.
was...
Life is
Yeah,
Strange, that's what
I
it
never
sounds
played
like.
that. He showed me that. Looked good.
That's exactly what it is.
Life is Strange.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, the music in that game is fucking amazing throughout. It's every sort of tune, like this tune that would come in, and it's after this girl died, and everyone's really sad, and
Spoiler.
it's sort of going around, and the camera angles are changing, looking at everybody, and this is playing.
It's a pretty
you
good game.
You want to shed
Yeah.
a tear to it, man. It literally gets to you. Great soundtrack, great game.
Cool. Right, my number 2. This is actually on. I was very, very close to making this number 1. It was a real hard toss up between 1 and 2, but I've gone for this one as my number 2, and I found a slightly sort of updated remix that someone's done on a chord keyboard, just to make it sound a little bit better than what it was in the day. Yeah, this holds a lot of sort of memories from this game. So see if you can guess what it is. In 1987, I think it was, on the
Pac-Man.
Commodore 64.
so I'll be 6. Let me think.
Sounds like Michael Jackson.
Beginning does.
No.
That sounds futuristic as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's something that's like Blade Runner or something.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
What console is this?
Commodore 64, but obviously the music's been sort of modernised a bit.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know.
It won't be like Flashback or something like that.
No, long before.
Long before that, yeah.
Basically, it was The Last Ninja
Yep.
on Commodore 64. One of my most favourite, probably most played games ever from my childhood, I guess. But yeah, absolutely loved it. But very close, but I couldn't have it at number 1. I've got another one.
So this one's number 2. This one's dead obvious, but I'm gonna play it anyway because I enjoyed it.
Straight away I know what it is.
Intense.
Yeah.
Straight away.
It's Metal Gear.
Oh yes, yeah. As soon as I heard the
What's that noise? Whose footprints are these? Great track. Pretty standard obvious, but Metal Gear 1, even though I didn't own a PlayStation, my best friend did, blew me away. And as soon as you alerted someone, this music makes you feel so like, oh my god, I need to get out of here, like, I need to hide. It's really
Feels like you're in an action movie, doesn't
That's
it? Like,
it.
it's the music. Gotta get away, gotta get away.
Raiden, you son of a...
Snake.
Snake. Oh, it's awesome. And a lot of the tunes in the Metal Gear series as well are really catchy. I remember like there was I think her name was Fortune or something. Any bullets just went round her.
Yeah.
She never died, but she had like this sort of saxophone tune playing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was catchy as fuck. Dylan, what is your number 2?
This is a really good piece of music that is on probably the first console game I ever played. I'm just going to play it.
Fucking love it.
And is it a slash?
Cool.
It's Golden Axe.
Golden
It is
Axe.
indeed, yeah.
It's number 1.
That's Golden
They
Axe 2. I
Oh,
think
number
that
2,
one.
yeah. That one was a bit more gruff. The first one, they screamed when you killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one was a bit.
That was a great game.
Yeah. Oh, so many memories.
I just love climbing on them
Loads of
dragons and blowing fire
Getting
on
calluses on your palms.
You ride along on the dragon. You had the dwarf, the woman, and the guy with the big sword.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Big
Big
knights.
The dwarf could do a little roll, couldn't he?
That's it.
To get out of it, yeah.
So my number 1 is an old classic, and literally the other night, this song just popped into my head all of a sudden, and I ended up calling Dylan and then singing it to him down the phone.
Oh, you did,
For some
yeah.
random
That's
reason.
How
makes me
sweet
play
it is
to be loved by you.
by you.
Just want to say, putting your dick in a pie is not a game. It's actually very dangerous.
Oh,
It's quite retro. Yeah.
especially if it's just come out the oven.
Yeah.
But it still feels good. So yeah, my my one was this.
Oh, man.
Still one of the most, like the best design level ever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we got. I'm gonna let it kick in. Yeah, I mean, there's little ones like this.
All the music in that game is amazing.
It is.
They're all really
Oh,
cool.
catchy, aren't they?
Yeah.
You just enjoy running around to
They're
them.
all so different. Normally they're really like 8-bit, 16-bit music. So
But you could play nearly any of them and you'd know what level you're on
Yeah,
straight away.
exactly. Yeah, you get that
What
image
level are
in
you
your
on
head.
now?
That's the casino level.
It is the casino.
Dim. I get frustrated when you get stuck between.
What level are
Yeah.
you on now?
Emerald Hill Zone?
That's correct. You're
Yeah.
on the Emerald Hill then.
You can even hear him whooshing and catching rings as well over the top there, which is just ahead.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
That's underwater diving, by the way.
Okay.
I've got hiccups.
Okay.
So that's my number 1. Yeah, Sonic 2.
Okay, so my number 1, this is actually on the PC. I think it only came out on the PC, this actual version, but the one before it was on the PlayStation 1, I believe. As soon as I played this intro music, which I'm going to play for you now, goosebumps straight away, because I can just remember playing online battles, even just having sort of standard sort of room-to-room games with my mates who had it as well. It was absolutely fantastic. See if you can recognise this. You know it, so don't try and... Yeah, it does. 100%.
I can already hear it. I know it.
That feels like some Wrestling thinking.
Yeah, it sounds good.
No.
For those who don't know that is Command & Conquer Red Alert 2.
Oh, nice.
okay.
And the beginning, when that game first got released,
Hey,
there
nice
was-
too as well. Just didn't recognise it.
just as that bit of music cuts out on the intro, there was a Tesla tank that comes through and just sort of shoots the screen, and it was like a new vehicle that was obviously
Nice.
weren't in the last one. Everyone's like, oh, can't wait to get that. So yeah,
One of
loved
those
it.
PC games, they came in like a CD case, but inside a box, like a big old box.
Yeah. I've actually still got Red Alert 2 PC
Nice.
version indoors.
Nice.
So my last one.
Yep.
It's kind of cheating because it's not just from a video game, but I don't care. When you hear this music, you just like instantly pumped straight away. So it is from a few games actually, but I'll just play it. It'll explain itself.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
Any wrestling game, when even when you create a character, I've got to have this music. Start raising hell around your house.
I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting
Crack open a
that.
can of Pepsi, start smashing it around. You're not old enough to drink.
Your mum's like, actually, you've been on that all day. You turn around, you stun her, give her a
Give me the
finger.
2 fingers.
Your dinner's ready. What? Your dinner's ready. What? Dinner's ready. What? And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
That's it, you're grounded.
What? But no, epic. I remember playing, I think it was WWE, I thought WWF back then, it was Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first one that came out on the N64. It had Stone Cold on the front.
Yeah,
and
I
the
remember that,
turnbuckle. I just remember that.
Yeah, then they
It was
changed his
awesome.
hands into snakes though, didn't they? So he
That's
wasn't
it.
actually swearing.
Yeah, that's it. But just an awesome game. And I wasn't even a big Stone Cold fan like that, but that music, as
That
soon as you hear the
music,
glass
yeah.
break,
Yeah.
I'm a badass.
I was
Yeah,
either
so-
that or Jeff Hardy and Hardy Boys music.
Yeah,
That always got me
yeah, very
pumped.
good.
And then I'd
Yeah.
dance around the house and find glow sticks, break them open, spurt it all over my face. My mum was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm climbing this ladder.
grab his mum's fishnet tights and put them on the sleeves.
Put them back. No, they're mine now. Mum will cut holes in them. What have you got in these? Oh, yeah. Self-insulation, mate. That's what it is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my number one. I don't know. I can follow that really. it's a bit of an anticlimax. That's what she said. Yeah. So my number one. Is, I think it's to my recollection. It's the first game I ever completed, and this is like the boss fight to it. So. Yeah.
Sonic 2?
Sonic, first one.
First one, isn't it?
Yeah, you fight Dr. Robotnik, and he's the size of the screen, and he moves electric back and forth. You have to keep getting closer to him.
Yeah.
It's just like, I remember doing that, and then you get
It's
the
just that,
credits. First
just
game
that
through
sound,
credits.
isn't it? It's so nostalgic, isn't it? I like
Yeah,
it.
man. Absolutely love it.
I knew it was Sonic, but I immediately thought of number 2 we had Metal Robotnik. It's so bloody difficult, and that big suit, that big Robotnik metal suit with the arms that shoot off.
Oh, yeah.
Spiked arms.
Yeah.
Mental. That was when Super Sonic came in as well.
Yeah.
The Super Saiyan almost.
Yeah.
Sonic 3 had some really catchy tunes. I know the Ice Cap Zone, that was one of my favourites. They just stick in your head. You end up trying to make lyrics up from as you're like playing the game. It's like, I'm gonna run a play the coins.
Yeah, I think that's just you.
Oh, right. Not gonna lose a life, I'll have to laugh. What a rubbish song that was. So, yeah, that's the end of this week's show. Next week we are going to be looking at Far Cry 5. I don't think anything else is really going to get a look in.
No, I think it's just going to be an open
If
discussion.
there is,
isn't it,
it'll be
I think.
Ashley. It'll be Ashley playing,
Yeah.
saying what he bought with his Nintendo credit. I think.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, I think we'll be open to hearing what other people's top 5 musical tracks from their last 20, 30 years, however long they've been gaming. It'd be nice to hear some of their views of what they think of the ones we've put up as well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of games out there that we've just either forgotten about, missed, whatever. So it'd be nice to hear the different variations of tunes out there that people have chose. So contact details then for anyone that wants to follow us on anything.
Yeah, you can get me on DylanPlumber80 on the Twitter, and also we've got our own Gmail account as well, which is 4padpodcast@gmail.com.
Nice. On Facebook, it's the 4pad. That's p.a.b. On YouTube, it's 4Play All Day, the gaming podcast. Snap and Instagram, you can follow me at _Gorilla. Twitter at I'm that guy Davis. Gordon.
Yeah, you can get me at Gouldy2Shoes, capital G for Gouldy, capital S for shoes, and a big number 2 in the middle there instead of the wording, and that's on the Twitter.
And yeah, I'm on Twitter as well. It's just Garfield again. With a 1 and a 3 instead of an I and an E.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yeah. I feel like I've never explained that.
No.
Why have you got 1 and a 3?
Well,
Yeah,
it's because I thought I was cool.
Oh, okay.
And 13 sounded better than an I and an E.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The life decisions we make.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, thanks for listening, and join us
You do
next
yours.
week when we have a little look. What?
You do yours.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he was your second.
Also, I
Yeah.
wasn't
Motherfucker.
Also, oh yeah, you can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. No, not Google Play yet, can we?
No, but it will be soon,
It
and
will be very
Spotify
soon.
will be
Spotify.
on once we've upgraded
Hopefully, yeah.
our account.
And also Player FM, Castbox,
And-
wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you want Y2J? Or do you want Booker T? So while I was trying to make that decision, I drove over to the Sonic Drive-In, ordered a jalapeno burger,
A jalapeno?
a chicken fried steak sandwich, a a chili cheese dog with extra onions, French fries, tater tots, washed it down with 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita, and a Bloody Mary. And I said, Stone Cold, why have one when you can have them both?
Just thought I'd throw that in there. So yeah, thanks for listening and join us next week for Far Cry 5. Until then, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.